Hey guys, Mr. T here doing another video. This one's on types of data. It should help you out with exercise 9b in the 11 General Maths book. So in statistics, we make conclusions, the conclusions that we're trying to come to based on the data that you've collected and looking at that data and analysing it. Doing statistics on that data, alright? So data is the state of a particular variable that we're looking at in the population that we're interested in. There's two main types of variables, each with their own subtypes. So the two main types are categorical and numerical, and these two types have their own subtypes within them. So categorical variables is the first one, it's the simplest. A categorical variable is a variable that describes a quality or characteristic in words. So the main key point here is words part. That means that categorical data collected is always going to be found in word categories. And here's the subtypes. Here's where the subtypes come in. Categorical data can also either be ordinal categorical data or nominal categorical data. So ordinal categorical data is data that's got worded values but have a logical rank, so that they fall into an order that makes sense. So for example, one example that's from the book is satisfaction rating. We don't have a scale for satisfaction of 1 to 10, or maybe you choose not to use one, but you can say low, medium, and high. So the categories are low, medium, and high, and they're ordinal because they have a logical order to their ratings, low going up to medium and high. Nominal categorical data is also worded variable, so all categorical data is in words, okay? But nominal categorical data has no logical rank to it, so no order. And so one example could be hair color. So the descriptions or the different data values you can have there is red, black, blonde, brown, etc. And they're just colours. There's no order to them. There's no low, medium, and high to that. There's no better or worse one. They're all just a different category. Okay, so that's an idea as to what nominal categorical data is. It has no particular logical order to it. Okay, so the second main type of variables that we encounter are numerical variables. And they're different because they don't involve words. Their data is in number form. So we're talking numbers here. Numerical data can have two subtypes, discrete or continuous numerical data. So the first one, discrete numerical data, is data that takes very specific number values. So this discrete numerical data generally comes about because you've been counting something. Okay, so say an example of that could be number of cars that have passed. And you're not going to have like 1.25 cars, 1.5, 1.6, all that sort of thing. You count them. You start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way onwards, okay? It's a result of counting something, and you have to have whole number versions of that. That doesn't mean discrete numerical data has to be whole number stuff. It just means that the stuff that you're counting has to take particular values. So if the things that you're counting were all, say, like increasing by 1.5, then they're still going to take very specific values like 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, that sort of thing. But that's still discrete numerical because it can take only very specific number values, not anything in between. So that's an example of discrete numerical data. Whereas here, continuous numerical data is, again, in number form, but it can take any value in a certain range. So you're going to generally not count this stuff. You're going to measure these values instead. So height, of people. So you might measure this, and it could be anywhere from like 100 centimeters. It could be 121.5 centimeters. It could be 156.7 centimeters. It could be my height, 168.5 centimeters. These numbers could be anywhere between 0. Well, you're not going to have a 0 height person. Say a baby might be 30 centimeters long. You might have any measurement between the lowest value and the highest the highest height that anyone has ever been. Okay, so that's an example of continuous numerical data. It can take any value between a certain point. Okay, so questions are going to be asked in this set of exercises. Follow along below. This is an example from the book. So you might be asked to classify variables as ordinal, categorical, nominal categorical, discrete numerical, or continuous. Those are the 4 types that we just learned about. So what kind of variable is the number of heads when 3 coins are tossed? Well, you have to count the number of heads. You can't get any in between. No in between numbers. It's either 1, 2, or 3. So the lowest number of heads you could get. Well, I'm sorry. The lowest number of heads you get would be 0, because you can get 0, e.g. 0, and the highest number of heads if all the coins were heads. So 1, 2, 3. So this would be therefore discrete numerical, because it can only take very specific number values. B, brand of toothpaste used. Named categories. They're not numbers. Have no order. So it's going to be categorical because of the first thing, and they have no order, so it's going to be therefore nominal. Nominal categorical. And lastly, C, heights of a group of children. Well, it's measured. Can be anywhere between shortest and tallest kid. Now, the main thing is measured. It can be between these sort of values, so it's going to be continuous numerical. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. That's that on the different kinds of variables, and I will see you on the next video.